Om. 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 Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Shrutismritipurananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Om Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Dashamodhyayaha Vibhuti Yogaha. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayantah Parasparam Kathayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti Charamanti Cha Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Ena Mamupayanti Te Teshamevanukampartham ahamajnanajam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavastaha jnanadipena bhasvata. Arjuna uvacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shashvatam divyam आदिदेवमजं विभुम् आहुस्त्वां ऋषयः सर्वे देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा असितो देवलो व्यासः स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषि मे सर्वमेतद्ऋतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवान दानवाः स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानं वेत्थत्वं पुरुषोत्तमा भूतभावन भूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते वक्तुमर्हस्य शेषेण दिव्या ह्यात्मविभूतयः याभिर्विभूतिर्भिर्लोकान् इमां त्वं व्याप्य तिष्ठसि कथं विद्यामहं योगिन् स्वां सदा परिचिन्तयन् केषु केषु च भावेषु चिन्त्योऽसि भगवन्मया विस्तरेणात्मनो योगं विभूतिं च जनार्दन भूयः कथय तृप्तिर्हि शृण्वतो नास्ति मे मृतम् श्रीभगवानुवाच हन्त ते कथयिष्यामि दिव्या ह्यात्मविभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरु श्रेष्ठ नास्त्यन्तो विस्तरस्य मे अहमात्मा गुडाकेश सर्वभूताशयस्थितः अहमादिश्च मध्यं च भूतानामन्त एव च आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः ज्योतिषां रविरंशुमान् मरीचिर्मरुतामस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशि वेदानां सामवेदोऽस्मि देवानामस्मि वासवः इन्द्रियाणां मनश्चास्मि भूतानामस्मि चेतना रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वित्तेषो यक्षरक्षसां वसूनां पावकश्चास्मि मेरुः शिखरिणामहं पुरोधसां च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं सेनानीनामहं स्कन्दः सरसामस्मि सागरः महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्मेकमक्षरं यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः अश्वत्थः सर्ववृक्षाणां देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा देवर्षीणां च नारदः गन्धर्वाणां चित्ररथः सिद्धानां कपिलो मुनिः उच्चैश्रवशमस्वानां विद्धि माममृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम् आयुधानामहं वज्रं धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः अनन्तश्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसामहं पितॄणामर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहं प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहं मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणाम्। Jai Gurudev. Bela, you will need to start from 25th verse.
Jai Gurudev. महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्मेकमक्षरं यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः महर्षीणां among the sages aham bhruguh. There is a breaking of voice. I think there is internet issue at my place. It is still continuing. Kindly let me know if it is breaking too much. Then
yeah, Bella, I will let you know if it's that is the case.
Yeah,
Till then,
yeah,
maybe
please.
you can.
Yeah. Dhanyavad. Maharshinam among the sages. Aham Briguhu. I am Brigu. Giram among the words. Ekam Aksharam Asmi. I am the single syllable Om. Yajnanam among rituals. Japa Yajnaha Asmi. I am the ritual of Japa. Sthavaranam among the mountains. Himalayah, the Himalayas. Maharshinam aham briguhu, giram ekam aksharam asmi, yajnanam japa yajnah asmi, stavaranam Himalayah. Among the sages, I am Brigu. Among the words, I am the single syllable Om. Among rituals, I am the ritual of Japa. Among the mountains, the Himalayas. Among the ancient Maharshis, Brigu was considered to be the greatest. He is mentioned in the Taittiriya Upanishad, which says Brigu was the son of Varuna, got this knowledge from his father. Here Bhagavan says, I am this Brigu. Giha means speech. Shankara says that here it refers to words. Here it refers to words. Among the many words, Giram, in all languages, there is one all-inclusive word of one single syllable. That is Om. Phonetically, the word Om does not belong to any language. It is a universal sound consisting of three sounds, A, U, M. When anybody opens his mouth and makes a sound, it is A. When he closes his mouth and makes a sound, M is the sound produced. The same A becomes U when the mouth is rounded. So these are sounds which come naturally to any human being, and all other sounds are modifications of A. All words are combinations of these sounds, and all names are words in all languages. So, Om, the name of the Lord, is a single syllable representing all words. It is a perfect name for the Lord. How? Otherwise, are you going to give him a name? If you give him one name, you are excluding all other names, as though they are not the names of the Lord. This is the difference between the Lord and an object. When you say apple, it means only one object and excludes all others. All other fruits, all other objects are excluded. Similarly, if you say Rama, then Krishna, Shiva, you, and everybody else are excluded. So the Lord's name has to be such that it includes all names. That is why in prayer we repeat a given name 108 times. The Sanskrit letters from A to Ha are 54 in number. When you include certain forms of letters which are not generally counted, all names are names of the Lord, and all names are but words, which in turn are letters. If you count the letters in ascending order, Arohana, then in descending order, Avarohana, they amount to 108. Within this alone, all words are possible. Therefore, if you repeat one name 108 times, you have symbolically repeated all the names of the Lord, known and unknown. That is for Sanskrit. Then phonetically, all sounds in all languages are between A when you open mouth and M when you close it. The letter U stands for all other sounds in between. So we have Om. When you say Om, all names are included. So the whole Jagat, the apparent form of Ishvara, the Lord, is covered. Once you have said Om, you require nothing more, because it is a non-linguistic phonetic symbol for the Lord. The Lord is one and non-dual, containing within himself all things which are expressed by Om. So, Om stands for the non-dual one, and among the words, I am Om. That is why Omkara is the sound symbol, pratika, for meditation upon Ishvara. A stands for the waking world, U for the thought world, and Ma for the unmanifest. I repeat, A stands for the waking world, U for the thought world, and Ma for the unmanifest. It starts with creation, Srishti, resolves into Brahman. Om is thus a word symbol for meditation upon Param Brahma. It is also a word through which you understand Param Brahma. Thus, it becomes both a word revealing Brahman and a verbal symbol for meditating upon Ishvara. Om as a word means that which protects and sustains everything. Avati Rakshati. In that sense, Om is the name for Ishvara. I repeat again as there is a breaking of voice. Om as a word means that which protects and sustains everything. Avati Rakshati. Kindly correct me if I am wrong in my pronunciation. Avati Rakshati. In that sense, Om is the name of Ishvara.
Do you mind reading the after reading this that Om part of that big paragraph you read?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. From here, it is a perfect name for Lord, or here? Okay, I will read from the here. Giha. Giha means speech. Shankara says that here it refers to words. Among the many words, Giram, in all languages, there is one all-inclusive word of one single syllable. That is Om. Phonetically, the word Om does not belong to any language. It is a universal sound consisting of three sounds, A, U, M. When anybody opens his mouth and makes a sound, it is A. When he closes his mouth and makes a sound, M is the sound produced. The same A becomes U when the mouth is rounded. So these are sounds which come naturally to any human being, and all other sounds are modifications of A. All words are combinations of these sounds, and all names are words in all languages. So, Om, the name of the Lord, is a single syllable representing all words. It is a perfect name for the Lord. How? Otherwise, are you going to give him a name? If you give him one name, you are excluding all other names, as though they are not the names of the Lord. This is the difference between the Lord and an object. When you say apple, it means only one object and excludes all others. All other fruits, all other objects are excluded. Similarly, if you say Rama, then Krishna, Shiva, you, and everybody else are excluded. So the Lord's name has to be such that it includes all names. That is why in prayer we repeat a given name 108 times. The Sanskrit letters from A to Ha are 54 in number. When you include certain forms of letters which are not generally counted. All names are names of the Lord, and all names are but words which in turn are letters. If you count the letters in ascending order, Arohana, then in descending order, Avrohana, they amount to 108. Within this alone, all words are possible. Therefore, if you repeat one name 108 times, you have symbolically repeated all the names of the Lord, known and unknown. That is for Sanskrit. Then phonetically, all sounds in all languages are between a when you open your mouth and ma when you close it. The letter U stands for all other sounds in between. So we have Om. When you say Om, all names are included. So the whole Jagat, the apparent form of Ishvara, the Lord, is covered. Once you have said Om, you require nothing more because it is a non-linguistic phonetic symbol for the Lord. The Lord is one and non-dual, containing within himself all things which are expressed by Om. I repeat as there is a breaking of voice. The Lord is one and non-dual, containing within himself all things which are expressed by Om. So, Om stands for the non-dual one, and among the words, I am Om. That is why Omkara is the sound symbol, pratika, for meditation upon Ishvara. A stands for the waking world, U for the thought world, and Ma for the unmanifest. It starts with creation, Shrishti, and resolves into Brahman. Om is thus a word symbol for meditation upon Param Brahma. It is also a word through which you understand Param Brahma. Thus, it becomes both a word revealing Brahman and a verbal symbol for meditating upon Ishvara. Om as a word means that which protects and sustains everything. Avati Rakshati. In that sense, Om is the name of Ishvara. So beautiful. So Om is a universal sound which is not having any religion or any other background, as in most of the religion, as Pujya Gurudev says, it is like Amin. The same sound is considered as a auspicious one. A, U, M. There are many rituals called yagnas, for which you require a number of ingredients. You need a fire, and when you light one small creatures, Kshamyatam, you need a fire, and when you light one, some small creatures living in the wood you offer may be unwittingly destroyed. You need money to buy the things required to perform the yajna, and that money you obtain by competing in the world. In doing so, you hurt somebody. Your gain is necessarily at the expense of someone else's gain. So, in the process of performing the ritual, we unwittingly hurt or destroy many things. To offset these papas, we have to say a few extra prayers. All rituals and prayers help in acquiring Antakarana Shuddhi. But among them, Japa Yajna or mental repetition of the Lord's name is the greatest because you do not harm anything. So, among all these various yajnas, I am this Japa Yajna which incurs no papa. So beautiful. I repeat the last line. But among them, Japa Yajna or mental repetition of the Lord's name is the greatest because you do not harm anything. So, among all these various yajnas, I am this Japa Yajna which incurs no papa. Sthavaranam Himalayah. Sthavarananam Shambhatam
Avaranam
Stavaranam Himalayah. Stavaranam Himalayah. Among the mountains, I am the Himalayas. Here, he talks about the mountains which may or may not have peaks. Sthavara means that which does not move. So, among these immobile mountains, I am the Himalayas, Alaya, an abode of Hima, snow. I repeat, as there is a breaking of voice, Sthavarananam Himalaya. Among the mountains, I am the Himalayas. Here he talks about the mountains which may or may not have peaks. Sthavara means that which does not move. So, among these immobile mountains, I am the Himalayas, Alaya, an abode of Hima, snow. The distinction of the Himalayas among all the mountains is the vastness of their ranges. The Lord continues to describe his glories as they express in various exalted beings. He has chosen what is famous in the Puranas and the Shrutis and all that is popular in the world. Later, Lord Krishna says, among men, I am Arjuna. Wherever there is excellence, that excellence belongs to the Lord. So, before we proceed to the new verse, if anyone would like to share or repeat, just let me know. Please remember the Om interpretation by Swamiji for our Manana and the Japa Yajna, where we have the predictable reality. We know that our mind will be focused when we are doing the Japa. Okay, so verse 26. Ashwatha sarva vrikshanam devarshinaam cha naradaha gandharvanam chitrarathaha siddhanam kapilo munihi. Sarva vrikshanam, among all the trees, Ashwathaha, I am the ficus religiosa, the sacred tree. Devarshinam cha, and among the celestial sages, Naradaha, I am Narada. Gandharvanam, among the Gandharvas, Chitrarathaha, I am Chitraratha. Siddhanam, among the Siddhas, Kapila Munihi, Kapilah Munihi. I am the sage Kapila. Sarva Vrikshanam Ashwattha Devarshinam cha Naradah Gandharvanam Chitrarathah Siddhanam Kapilah Munihi. I am the sacred ficus tree among all the trees, and among the celestial sages I am Narada. Among the Gandharvas I am Chitraratha. Among the Siddhas I am the sage Kapila. I am the sacred ficus tree among all the trees, and among the celestial sages I am Narada. Among the Gandharvas I am Chitraratha. Among the Siddhas I am the sage Kapila. Ashwatha, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Asopala, right? Ashoka Vriksha. The Ashwatha tree, made famous by the Shruti and the Gita, symbolizes the entire samsara. The twigs of the Ashwatha tree are used in the Vaidika fire rituals, and the tree itself is worshipped by people who want children. The neem tree, which grows along with the Ashwatha tree, is considered its wife, and generally couples wanting children perform the marriage of these two trees. So, among the trees, Ashwatha is the most sacred, and therefore the Lord says, people tree, Kshamyadam. Yeah. Ashwatha is a people tree, as Brahmaraji said, corrected me. So I repeat once again, the Ashwatha tree, made famous by the Shruti and the Gita, symbolizes the entire samsara. The twigs of the Ashwatha tree are used in the Vedic fire rituals, and the tree itself is worshipped by people who want children. The neem tree, which grows along with the Ashwatha tree, is considered its wife, and generally couples wanting children perform the marriage of these two trees. There is a breaking of voice. The neem tree, which grows along with the Ashwatha tree, is considered its wife, and generally couples wanting children perform the marriage of these two trees. So among the trees, Ashwatha is the most sacred, and therefore the Lord says here that among all the trees, I am the Ashwatha, every part of which is worship. There is even a shloka on this, in which Brahmaji is invoked in the root of the tree, Vishnu in the middle, and Shiva at the top. Then they are worshipped there. Mulato Brahma Rupaya Madhyato Vishnu Rupena Agratah Shiva Rupaya Vriksharajasya Kshamyatam Vriksharajaya Te Namaha. I repeat. Mulato Brahma Rupaya Madhyato Vishnu Rupene Agratah Shiva Rupaya Vriksharajaya Te Namaha. Kindly correct me.
Yeah. It is Vriksha Rupine. It is
Astu.
Mulato Brahma Rupaya Madhyato Vishnu Rupine Agratah Shiva Rupaya Vriksha Rajaya Te Namaha.
Astu. Vishnu Rupena.
Vishnu Rupine.
Rupine. Oh.
Rupine.
Mulato Brahma Rupaya Madhyato Vishnu Rupine Agratah Shiva Rupaya Vriksharajaya Te Namaha.
Perfect. Yeah.
So beautiful. Then he talks of rishis. There are two types of rishis: those who are human beings, Manushyas, and those who are gods, Devarshis. Rishi means the one who knows. They are also called mantra drishtas because all the Veda mantras are seen in the minds of rishis. I repeat once again. Then he talks of rishis. There are two types of rishis: those who are human beings, Manushyas, and those who are gods, Devarshis. Rishi means the one who knows. They are also called mantra drishtas because all the Veda mantras are seen in the minds of rishis. For every mantra, there is a rishi who received it. Sage Vishwamitra, for example, is the rishi for the Gayatri mantra. Rishis are involved in every part of the Veda, and among all the rishis, Bhagavan says, I am Narada. In all 18 Puranas, Narada appears quite often. Here Bhagavan says that the greatness enjoyed by Narada is his. There are different types of celestials. Among them are the Gandharvas, a group of art and music lovers. Among these Gandharvas, I am Chitraratha, says Bhagavan. Chitraratha was one of the 16 sons of Kashyapa, and he was a king and great artist. Among the ones born wise, Siddharth, I am Kapila, says Bhagavan. There is a beautiful story in the Bhagavad Purana about Kapila. As a young boy, he teaches Brahma Vidya to his mother Devahuti. So if anyone wants me to read once again before we go to the new verse, please let me know. Astu. We are in verse 27 now. Uchchai Shravasamaśvanam Vidhi Mamamrutodbhavam Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam cha Naradhipam. Ashwanam, among the horses, Uchchai Shravasama. Uchchai Shravas. Amrita Udbhavam, born of the churning for nectar. Gajendranam, among the elephants, Airavatam, Airavata. Naranam cha, and among men, Naradhipam, the king. Mam Viddhi, may you know me as. Ashwanam, Uchchai Shravasam, Amrita Udbhavam, Gajendranam, Airavatam, Naranam cha, Naradhipam, Mam Viddhi. May you know me among the horses as Uchchai Shravasa, born of the churning for nectar, Airavata, among the elephants, and the king among men. I repeat, may you know me among the horses as Uchchai Shravasa, Uchchai Shravasa, born of the churning of for nectar, Airavata among the elephants, and the king among men. Among the horses, I am Uchchai Shravasa, says Bhagavan. It is Lord Indra's horse. There is a famous story in the Puranas in which the Devas and Asuras churn the ocean of milk to extract Amrita. Using Mount Mandara as the churning rod and the serpent Vasuki as the churning rope, the Devas and Asuras churn this ocean. I repeat, using Mount Mandara as the churning rod and the serpent Vasuki as the churning rope, the Devas and Asuras churn this ocean. During the churning, a lot of things came out, one of which was this particular horse. It was given to Indra because it was born of the ocean which produced the nectar, or because it was born when the churning for Amrita took place. It is Amrutodbhava. Amrita means Kshira, milk here. And Udbhava means that which was born of. Therefore, Amrutodbhava means born of milk. Here, milky ocean. Airavata is the name of a white elephant born of Airavan. It was also produced from the churning of the ocean for Amrita. Ira means water. Tadvan means one who has that. Therefore, Airavan means one who has water, the ocean. Both of Airavan is Airavata. Kshamyatam. Born of Airavan is Airavata. I hope I'm not speaking it wrong, pronouncing. It is Iravan or Airavan. I believe it is Airavan, so I'm kindly correct me if it is wrong.
Yeah, it's Airavan.
Born of Airavan is Airavata. It is the only one of its kind and it also belongs to Indra. Among all the elephants, I am Airavata. Then among the human beings, I am the ruler, Naradipa. In other words, the king. All the power and pomp of the king belong to me. The crown which makes him a king is me. Ayudhanamaham vajram dhenunamasmi kamaduk prajanashasmi kandarpaha sarpanamasmi vasukihi. Ayudhanam, among the weapons, aham vajram. I am Vajra. Dhenunam, among the cows, Kamadukha asmi. I am the wish-fulfilling cow. Prajanah cha asmi Kandarpaha. I am Kandarpa, the god of love, who is the cause for progeny. Sarpanam, among the poisonous snakes, Vasukihi asmi. I am Vasuki. Ayudhanam aham vajram dhenunam kamaduk asmi prajana cha asmi kandarpaha sarpanam vasukihi asmi. Among the weapons, I am Vajra. Among the cows, I am the wish-fulfilling cow. And I am Kandarpa, the god of love, who is the cause for progeny. Among the poisonous snakes, I am Vasuki. I repeat, among the weapons, I am Vajra. Among the cows, I am the wish-fulfilling cow. And I am Kandarpa, the god of love, who is the cause for progeny. Among the poisonous snakes, I am Vasuki. There are thousands of cows which give milk, but Kamadhenu gives anything you ask from it. So, among the givers, nobody can give like Kamadhenu. It also came out of the ocean while it was being churned for Amrita, and it belonged to sage Vasishtha. There is a story in which King Vishwamitra, traveling through the forest with his soldiers retinue and retinue, came to Vasishtha's cottage. Vasishtha, though living in a simple hut, was able to feed the king and all his soldiers through the bounty of the Kamadhenu. When King Vishwamitra came to know of this, he wanted to have the Kamadhenu. Vasishtha told him that the cow would yield only to a Brahmana. Vishwamitra vowed he would become a Brahmana, but the cow did not yield anything. As long as he had rajas expressing as anger, greed, etc., nothing happened. Finally, King Vishwamitra understood and gave up everything and became a Maharshi himself. This is the story of Kamadhenu. And the Lord says, among givers, I am Kamadhenu. I think Nanaji had told us the story this beautifully. Prajanaha is the cause for progeny. In the parents of children, I am Kandarpa, the god of love. He is the presiding deity of the love that is behind progeny. Prajana is adjective to Kandarpa. We have to add in the parents of children. Parents are not the cause of progeny. It is Kandarpa, the god of love, who is the cause of progeny. And the glory of Kandarpa is the glory of the Lord and not that of Kandarpa. Then among the poisonous snakes, I am Vasuki. Vasuki, as we have seen, was used to churn the ocean for Amrita. It is a very long snake found in Devaloka, whose very breathing will destroy people. So it is a source of great fear. That source of fear and that poison is nothing but me. There is nothing that is separate from me. Anantaschasmi naganam varuno yadasamaham pitrunamaham pitrunamaryamachasmi yamasam yamatamaham. Naganam, among the many-headed snakes, Anantah cha asmi, and I am the Ananta, the king. Yadasam, among the gods of water, Aham Varunah, I am Varuna, the king. Pitrunam, among the mains, Aryama cha asmi, I am Aryama, the king. Sanyamatam, among those who enforce discipline. Aham Yamaha, I am Yama. Naganam Anantah cha asmi, Yadasam Varunah, Yadasam Aham Varunah, Pitrunam Aryamaj asmi, Samyamtam Aham Yamaha. And I am the Ananta among the many-headed snakes. I am Varuna among the gods of water. Among the mains, I am Aryama. I am Yama among those who enforce discipline. I repeat, and I am Ananta among the many-headed snake. I am Varuna among the gods of water. Among the names, among the mains, I am Aryama. I am Yama among those who enforce discipline. There are one-headed and many-headed snakes according to the Puranas. Among the many-headed, I am Ananta Adishesha, a great devotee of Lord Vishnu who had 1,000 heads. Lord Vishnu reclines on the coils of Adishesha, the original spring mattress. So beautiful. I repeat, there are one-headed and many-headed snakes according to the Puranas. Among the many-headed, I am Ananta, Adishesha, a great devotee of Lord Vishnu who had 1,000 heads. Lord Vishnu reclines on the coils of Adishesha, the original spring mattress. Yadasam, among the presiding deities of rivers such as Ganga, Yamuna, etc., I am Varuna. Varuna is the lord of water and is therefore exalted among the presiding deities of rivers. His glory is again that of the Lord. Among the celestial means, I am Aryama. People who live a religious life but do not perform the Vaidika rituals such as Agnistoma become celestial mains called Agniswata. Among the celestial mains, I am Aryama. People who live a religious life but do not perform the Vaidika rituals such as Agnistoma. Brahmaraji, this Agnistoma is same as Agnihotra?
I think so. Yeah.
Become celestial mains called Agniswata, otherwise known as Pitris in general. Their king is Aryama. This glory of Aryama is of Ishvara. So beautiful. Among people who enforce the law like the police and judiciary, I am Lord Yama, the Lord of Death. Nobody can go past him. The power he has, which makes him the feared Lord of Death, is nothing but me. So he is the Kala also. If you want me to repeat anything before we proceed to the 30th verse, please let me know. Just this maybe while Manana, we can just say here, it is clarified by Bhagavan that those people who live a religious life but do not perform the Vaidika rituals such as Agnistoma become celestial means called Agniswata, Agniswata, Swata, otherwise known as Pitras in general. Their king is Aryama. This glory of Aryama is of Ishvara. And last, among people who enforce the law, like the police and judiciary, I am Lord Yama, the Lord of Death. Nobody can go past him. The power he has, which makes him the feared Lord of Death, is nothing but me. Prahaladashasmi.
Okay, go ahead.
Prahlaadaschasmi daityanam.
Prahladashas. No.
Prahlaadaschasmi.
Prahladashasmi. Prahladashasmi daityanam. Kalah kalayatamaham. Mriganam cha mrigendroham. Vainateyascha pakshinam. Daityanam, among the asuras who are born of Diti. Prahladah cha asmi. I am Prahlad. Kalayatam, among things that reckon. Aham kalah, I am time. Mriganam cha, and among the wild animals. Aham mrigendraha. Aham, I am the king of animals, the lion. Pakshinam, among the birds. Vainateyah cha, and I am Garuda. Daityanam Prahladah cha asmi. Kalayatam aham kalah. Mruganam cha aham mrugendraha. Pakshinam vainateyah cha. And I am Prahlada among the Daityas, the Asuras who are born of Diti. Among things that reckon, I am the time, and among the wild animals, I am the lion, and I am Garuda among the birds. And I am Prahlada among the Daityas, the Asuras who are born of Diti. Among things that reckon, I am the time, and among the wild animals, I am the lion, and I am Garuda among the birds. The one who is born of Diti is a Daitya. A descendant can be regarded either from the maternal or paternal standpoint. Here, it is from the standpoint of the mother. The son of Kunti, Kaunteya, is another example of mentioning the descendant from the standpoint of the maternal side. The sons of Diti are all Asuras. The Asuras and their progeny are called Daityas. Among them, there was one who, even though he was a son of an Asura, was a Bhakta of Narayana. That was Prahlada. He continuously repeated the Lord's name in spite of his father, King Hiranyakashipu's order and his teacher's efforts to teach him otherwise. Hiranyakashipu had ordered in his kingdom that he alone should be worshipped as God and no other God should be worshipped. Everyone had to repeat the words Hiranyaya Namaha. Hiranyaya Namaha, and worship him as God. Prahlada refused to do that and continued to say the Lord Narayana's name, Om Namo Narayanaya. All attempts to make Prahlada accept Hiranyakashipu as Ishvara, including attempts to kill him, failed. One day his father asked, "Where is this Narayana of yours?" "Everywhere," said Prahlada. "Is he in this pillar?" "Yes," said young Prahlad. Then Hiranyakashipu kicked the pillar. He had tried to ensure that he would be immortal by securing a special boon. The boon was that he cannot be killed by a human being or animal, neither during day nor at night, neither inside nor outside the house, neither by a wet nor dry instrument, etc. So, when the pillar broke open, Lord Vishnu came out in the form of Narsimha, with the head of a lion and a human body. He came at twilight, Sandhya Kala, when it was neither day nor night. He sat on the threshold so that he was neither inside nor outside. And since Hiranyakashipu should not touch the ground, Narasimha put him on his lap and killed him without violating any of the conditions of the comprehensive boon. Later, he enthroned Prahlada. That Prahlada, who is a great bhakta among the Daityas, I am, says the Lord. There are many people who keep accounts. Among all of them, I am the time that is ticking away constantly. There is nothing that escapes the reckoning of time. That time I am. Among all the wild animals living in the forest, I am the king of them, the lion or the tiger. The lion is not afraid of any animal. A tiger, though it may kill a lion cub, will never voluntarily engage in a fight with a lion. It will run away. But a lion will not run away even from a tiger. Sometimes the lion is wary of an elephant, but it is relatively fearless and can kill an elephant too. There are many forests where, in the absence of lions, the tigers, if they are there, become the rulers. The word mriga means a wild animal whose habitat is the forest. What we should understand here is this. Bhagavan says that the fearlessness and the power in the king of animals are me. Next, he says, among the flying creatures or birds, I am Garuda. Garuda is the son of Vinata. Vainateya, Vainata, as is Aruna. Therefore, he is called Vainateya and is a devotee of Vishnu. Garuda flies very high where even vultures cannot go. It looks like an eagle with a white band around its neck, and sighting it is a good omen. The capacity to soar to such heights and fly so beautifully are its special features. This vibhuti of Garuda is nothing but me, says Bhagavan. I believe, should I stop here? If you want me to repeat and yeah, I will just read the shlokas, what we covered today, starting from 25th, right? Maharshinaam bhruguraham giramasmekamaksharam yajnanam japayajñosmi sthavaranam himalayah. Among the sages, I am Bhrigu. Among the words, I am the single syllable Om. Among rituals, I am the ritual of Japa. Among the mountains, the Himalayas. Ashvattha sarva vrikshanam देवर्षीणां च नारदः गन्धर्वाणां चित्ररथः सिद्धानां कपिलो मुनिः. I am the sacred ficus tree among all the trees, and among the celestial sages I am Narada. Among the Gandharvas I am Chitraratha. Among the Siddhas I am the sage Kapila. उच्चैश्रवसमश्वानां विद्धि माममृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम्. May you know me among the horses as Uchchaishravas, born of the churning for nectar, Airavata among the elephants, and the king among men. आयुधानामहं वज्रं धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः. Among the weapons I am Vajra, among the cows I am the wish-fulfilling cow, and I am Kandarpa, the god of love who is the cause for progeny. Among the poisonous snakes I am Vasuki. अनन्तश्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसामहं पितॄणामर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहम्. And I am Ananta among the many-headed snakes. I am Varuna among the gods of water. Among the mains, I am Aryama. I am Yama among those who enforce discipline. प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहं मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणाम्. And I am Prahlad among the Daityas, the Asuras who are born of Diti. Among things that reckon, I am the time, and among the wild animals, I am the lion, and I am Garuda among the birds. We will just close our eyes and then we will share our takeaways from the beautiful session today.
today. From continuing from where he starts off yesterday, where he talks of Ayamatma Gudakesha. He starts off saying, I am the Atma in everybody. And then he goes on to describing every bit of creation. He's there in and through creation, but his glory stands out in some of them. It does not mean that he's not there in the others. Like he says yesterday, it is his glories are limitless, and no amount of time is enough to enumerate them. Therefore, he just picks and chooses some. Again, he cautions it does not mean it is only in that. Sometimes we tend to get caught up in saying only that is important. So he says, I'm there in every aspect of creation, but I'm just enumerating some of them in order of importance. And so he goes on today to talk about the Omkara amongst the letters. And so beautifully the description of Omkara is given. It has no religion attached to it. And anybody, when they're in pain, they say, ah, and then the oo comes up when you circle your mouth, and then the it completes it. It is like it includes all the alphabets in that. And also the correlation to the waking, the dream, and the Turyavastha. That is why Om is also not just an object of his glory, it is also it not only represents Brahman, it is also used as a symbol of meditation.
He said something about 108 times, right? So when you say Om, it includes all the names of the Lord. Because when you say name of Shiva, Rama, like that, you're only saying that God's name, or when you're saying something like Om, it completes the whole, all the gods or something. That's it.
Yeah.
About, when you say it 108 times, I
Talks
read
of
it.
Arohana and Avarohana. He says there are 54 letters. When you start with A and end with Ha. So in those 54 letters, when you go up and down, when you ascend and come back and do backwards, it includes it comes out to 108. So that is why any name of the Lord is chanted
108 times.
Hmm?
I see.
Similarly, A is the beginning, and I think it encompasses the whole thing. So that is why I think that is how it represents. And he also mentions if he names any one particular god, then it might exclude the others. So with that in mind, Kara is the one that is closest to Brahman.
Brahman, all of the, when we say it for all the gods as well, right? Om.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
So
you notice, for any name you chant, any nama you do, it starts with Om.
Om, yeah. That's why. So that's a difference
Shivaya.
between
Om
the
Namo Vasvasde.
versus Om. Om is one syllable, but then the Ma is, I kept reading about it, but then I keep forgetting it also. What the difference between the Om, like as a one syllable, versus Ma, that I know that waking state, the Mandukya Upanishad, we talked about that. But other than that, that's a sound of all
I think there are some 16 different interpretations for Om.
Right.
Different, some of them I think we discussed in Akshara Parabrahma Yoga. Dr. Savita had mentioned um, in the Mandukya Upanishad. But here, what he has mentioned is A-uma. When anybody opens his mouth and makes a sound, it is A. When he closes his mouth and makes a sound, is the sound produced. The same A becomes U when the mouth is rounded. So these are sounds which come naturally to any human being. And all other sounds are modifications of A. All words are combinations of these sounds. And all names are words in all languages. So, Om, the name of the Lord, is a single syllable representing all words. Because all the other words, see, when you open your mouth to say some word, or you round your mouth to say some other letters or words, and when you close your mouth. So when you're using all these three modifications, they include all the letters that you can say, all the words that you can say. Because there are no other um, actions of your mouth that you utter words, right? It's either you open your mouth to say it, or you round your mouth, or you close your mouth and say. So I think that is the reason why all the words are included in these three syllables. And that is also why he says the Om is a perfect name for the Lord. Otherwise, if you give him some other name like Rama or Krishna, that means you are excluding the others. So the Lord's name has to be such that it includes all names. That is why in prayer we repeat a given name 108 times. The Sanskrit letters from A to Ha are 54 in number. When you include certain forms of letters which are not generally counted, all names are names of the Lord, and all names are but words, which in turn are letters. If you count the letters in ascending order, Arohana, then in descending order, Avarohana, they amount to 108. Within this alone, all words are possible. Therefore, if you repeat one name 108 times, you have symbolically repeated all the names of the Lord, known and unknown. That is for Sanskrit.
So when we're doing japa, even you do one Om Namah Shivaya like that, then you say it 108 times, it includes all the other names.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, good.
So then phonetically, all sounds in all languages are between A when you open your mouth and when you close it. The letter U stands for all other sounds in between. So we have Om. When you say Om, all names are included. So the whole Jagat, the apparent form of Ishvara, the Lord, is covered. Once you've said Om, you require nothing more, because it is a non-linguistic phonetic symbol for the Lord. Then the Lord is one and non-dual, containing within himself all things, which are expressed by Om. So Om stands for the non-dual one, and among the words, I am Om. That is why Omkara is the sound symbol, Pratika, for meditation upon Ishvara. A stands for the waking world, U for the thought world, and M for the unmanifest. It is that Srishti, Sthiti, and Pralaya. Right? That is one interpretation. This interpretation is the waking world, the thought world, and for the unmanifest. It starts with creation, Srishti, and resolves into Brahman. Om is thus a word symbol for meditation upon Param Brahma. It is also a word through which you understand Param Brahma. Thus, it becomes both a word revealing Brahman and a verbal symbol for meditating upon Ishvara. As a word, Om is that which protects and sustains everything. Avati Rakshati. In that sense, Om is the name for Ishvara. Yeah. And then he goes on to say Japa Yajna. Why Japa Yajna? Because for all other rituals, you will have to offer wood. And in that, unwittingly, there may be some small creatures that may be, that may also be burnt in the fire. So that would lead to some defect. Whereas with Japa Yajna, there is no such harm that will get created, because you're only chanting the name of the Lord.
You know that Om symbol we put like a tree and put that tusk thing, on the top.
Mm.
That becomes the symbol of the Brahman, right? Like we put it symbol meditating upon Ishvara, verbal symbol. Right?
Mm.
Yeah, right. Japa Yajna, so they mentioned here. Yeah.
It will be nice
No.
to know all other meanings, and also the interpretation of the symbol that you rightly pointed out just now of why is Om written like that? Why do we crescent over there? I think somewhere it must have been mentioned. It'll be nice if we can research that and come back with our
Yeah,
understanding.
you know that the alphabets, like I thought that was the O, like when you write O, right? O, like it'd be like a tree and you put a line like that, and then I'm not sure that you put the dot for the part, it looked like a tusk, the elephant tusk. Like I'm thinking about Ganesha, but then we also put Ganesha for everything in the middle. And I know in India, whenever you start writing a page, they put a woo, or like they put double like letter. I don't know. You ever noticed your grandparents or your parents or yourself do that?
I start
That
anything with an Om. Any
Om.
new book that I start, yeah,
Okay.
there is an Om
Because
there.
they put a woo kind of. I don't understand. I now I remember it. Like that is the way we put it. They put ooh kind of. I don't know. I used to put that also, because all of us think about Om, but we don't write it as Om. It's a little different symbol in Tamil. So I know I'll find out about that. Yeah, thanks.
And it is interesting, this Ashvatta Sarva Vrikshanam Devarshinam cha Naradaha Gandharvanam Chitrarataha Siddhanam Kapilo Munihi. This Ashvatta tree is supposedly a friendly tree to neem. They both grow together well. Whereas the banyan tree apparently does not allow any other tree to grow around. So that is a beautiful signs of trees itself. there are friendly trees and enemy trees. Of course, that is a
Yeah.
question. I don't want to go there. But
Yeah.
the Ashwatha tree, in
Mm.
fact, there is a variety of this Ashwatha tree, which is called, I think, Ficus krishne or something, which actually, it is like a spout. The leaf itself is like in the form of a beautiful spout where you can actually feed.
Mm.
Like we have this palada. It is called palada in Hindi, I
Yeah.
think, where
Uh-huh.
they little babies expressed milk or so. It is a shallow kind of a vessel with a small little. It's
Leave
like
them
with a
and give
beak.
them water. Mm.
So it's called Ficus Krishna, and apparently it is believed that Krishna was fed with those leaves, with that kind of a leaf.
Yeah. Poor
Because
Krishna, like he has to go through all the trouble
yeah,
when he was young, right?
yeah,
Uh, that's what they say about Krishna. But you're right. I don't remember that part, but they do that. The coconut leaves, the long leaves. They make
mm,
it with that, like to make some, like a spoon kind of thing.
mm,
And there are other leaves they make other than banana leaf for eating, mandara leaf and things like that.
right.
Um, the thing I want to tell you something else. I want to tell you. It just kept really going through my mind. Anyway, it will come. Um, while you were talking about this Ashwatha tree,
Ashwatha tree.
that you were talking about the roots on the top and the branches on the down, right? And so this is represented by those three gods. Like on the top is Shiva, and the middle is Vishnu, and Brahma is on the roots,
Yeah,
right?
yes, that is what it is. Every part of the Ashwatha tree is worship. There is even a shloka
Yeah.
on this in which Brahmaji is invoked in the root of the tree, Vishnu in the middle, and Shiva at the top. Mulato Brahma Rupaya, Madhyato Vishnu Rupine, Agrata Shiva Rupaya, Vriksha Rajaya Te Namah. And then the rishis, a rishi is a mantra drashta, because all the Veda mantras are seen in the minds of rishis. And every mantra, there's a rishi. Like for the Gayatri mantra, it is sage Vishwamitra. The rishis are involved in every part of the Veda, and among all the rishis, Bhagwan says, I am Narada. He appears in all the 18 Puranas.
Who, Narada?
Yes, Narada.
Oh.
Narada is there in every Purana.
I
Hmm.
know.
And then there are different types of celestials. Amongst the Gandharvas, I am Chitraratha. He is one of the
Mm.
6 sons of Kashyapa, and he was a king and a great artist. And
Mm.
among the wise ones born, I am Siddha. Of the Siddhas, I am Kapila. Kapila is known
Talking
for
about
Sankhya Yoga. Huh?
Narada, talking about Narada, how anytime he shows up anywhere, oh, here you are. What brought you here to to do some kind of kalagam, like,
Ah, yeah.
and he brings his one mango to Shiva and gives it to him. One man, he says this is a param, means like you have to eat it as a whole. You cannot split it and give it to half, because he has two kids and he only give one fruit and
Mm.
then try to cause him trouble. That was a nice story. I didn't realize that was. I always wondered why they didn't split it. You know. Because it's a Jnanaparam, you had to, only one person had to eat it, I believe.
And Kapila is known for his Sankhya Yoga. He enunciated that, and he is known to have taught his mother Devahuti, given her Brahma Vidya.
Didn't Nana said there are two different Kapila Muni? Which one is this Kapila? Is Kapila Muni.
Kapila.
Bhagavata Purana about Kapila. Yes. He's a Siddha. He's a Siddha.
And then Ashwanam Vidhi Mam Amrutodbhavam Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam Cha Naradi. So among the horses, he's Uchchaishravas, and Airavata among the elephants, and so on.
Jai Gurudev, what I remember about Kapilam Muni, what Nanaji said is, the sage Kapila born to Devahuti is Krishna in his previous incarnation, and the other Kapila sage, as Dr. Mara said, is a Siddha. So this Kapila, that is Krishna Kapila, Krishna's previous avatar, he gave the Sankhya Yoga to Devahuti for her liberation. Thank you, Jai Gurudev.
Yeah. But here he says, among the Siddhas, I am Kapila, right? Among the wise ones, among the ones born wise Siddhas, I am Kapila.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He's not the Muni, Kapila Muni, right? He's a Siddha means, I thought that's Siddha, like they call.
What is the difference between a Siddha and a Muni?
So I mean, Siddhar also, like they try to, I mean, as far as we know, like in Tamil, they're Siddhargal, they call, right? Like they meditate and probably get the information through I'm sure Munivar also the same thing, they also, the rishis also get the same thing. I had to find out more to see what the difference is.
Siddhas are those who are able to download the wisdom. This is my understanding. And Muni is who are going towards that Siddha. I think. I don't know.
And then he goes on to talking of, he is the Amrita that came out of churning the Milky Ocean, and he's amongst the poisonous snakes, he's Vasuki. And then Ayudhana Maham Vajraha Dhenunam Asmi Kamadak Prajanaschasmi Kandarpaha Sarpanam Asmi Vasuki. Among the weapons, I'm Vajra. Among the cows, I'm the wish-fulfilling cow. And Kandarpa, the god of love, is the cause of progeny. See, he is not just the god of love is the reason for progeny, but he is the vibhuti of that god of love. Parents are not the cause of progeny. It is Kandarpa, the god of love, who is the cause of progeny. And the glory of Kandarpa is the glory of the Lord and not that of Kandarpa. So basically, every aspect of creation, Then among the poisonous snakes, I am Vasuki. Anantaschasmi Naganam Varuno Yadasamaham Pitrunam Aryama Chasmi Yamas Samyamatamaham. I am Ananta among the many-headed snakes. I am Varuna among the gods of water. Among the mains, I am Aryama. And I am Yama among those who enforce discipline. So it is Swamiji in his usual, hilarious way, he talks of this Adishesha as the original spring mattress on which Lord Vishnu sleeps. And then Yadasam, among the presiding deities of rivers such as Ganga, Yamuna, I am Varuna. And Aryama, people who live a religious life but do not perform the Vaidika rituals such as Agnistoma become celestial mains called Agniswata, otherwise known as Pitrus. Their king is Aryama. That is why
what is the celestial mains?
mains are the Pitrus, no, in the Pitraloka,
Oh, okay.
like the spirits. So
Okay.
once a person dies, they go to Pitraloka, right? So if a person, it is believed from what is mentioned here, what I understand, those who live a religious life but do not do their Vaidika rituals, their Nitya Naimittika karmas are not done, then they become celestial mains. And the king of them is Aryama. So he is not only talking of the manifest world, he's also going to the different lokas. There are about 14 different lokas, right? So even the Pitra Loka he's talking of, he says, I am Aryama there. So basically, there is nothing that he is not. He is there in and through everything.
Did you see in the news, like NASA, reporting, oh, we have this UFOs, we have, and some non-biological life is there, like non-human biologicals are there and all that. Now, one by one, they say, oh, I saw
I think
the other world. They sounds like the other world exists, right? Like so far, people were not believing. Now the story comes one by one.
Science is far behind the Vedas. Vedas have it is a knowledge, and it's a bandar of knowledge, whereas which have explained everything, all of life, death, what happens after life.
Right. When we read that in the same, I think one of these slokas, it mentioned when Ishvara created this whole thing, right? The universe and whatnot. And he, the first, what is that person called? Adityas? Oh, we saw the Aditya is the Vishnu and all that, right?
Adityana Maham Vishnu.
Right. Like that, he created those rishis, right? Like Brigu and all these people. And in their mind, when their meditation, this Shruti is being revealed, right? That's how the Gita came out. So obviously, he put this knowledge also to them, and so they were able to have the foresight of all these time factor and everything else, Then so they talk about the lokas, different lokas, time and again comes to us. Devaloka is come. So maybe there is somewhere.
That's true. Yeah, that's a nice way of analysis. How they know everything. They're all knowing. Right. And I'm Prahlada among the Daityas, as the Asuras born of Diti. Among things that reckon, I'm time, and among the wild animals, I'm the lion. And I'm Garuda among the birds. I think we'll stop here and we'll continue tomorrow. I think here, if I remember, Nana had given us a lot of Pauranic stories when we were doing this chapter, especially about Garuda and, Vainateya. Vainateya, of course, is Garuda, born of Vinata.
He gave a lot of stories. In fact,
Yeah.
I really want to go back to that video and listen to it.
Right, right.
Because,
You can access that.
it-
It will be there on the channel. You just have to go. I hope I've labeled them correctly. There are some of them that
No.
were not labeled, but otherwise, more or less, they were all labeled correctly. So you could chapter 10 and then maybe
Yeah.
Can we
what
listen
you're
to
right.
it together once?
we'll do that. Okay. If one of you can kind of pick up those videos in chapter 10 as to where he talks of all of this, then we can of course do it. Yeah, we'll do that.
Thank you.
Good idea. So we stop here today.
Sure.
Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.